using their openers and the opponent's openers in many games. I'm sure both of these teams have. And I'm sure that if available, they'll pick Gyrocopter because that just
Dire team's turn to pick.
Constantly has success on. Oh no!
Unless they get it taken from them. Turn of events here for Newbee. What's their answer?
I was wondering what they discussed for like that minute before they're like, you know what, guys, hold up, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Go back to square zero.
Yeah,
the notes we prepped before this match started, but we already made this decision. Let's stick with our guns.
But you ever have that where you like have planned out a draft call and you get to it and you're like, do I actually want to stick to a plan? Like in the moment, in the draft, you were like second guess.
I do. Sometimes you like maybe it's warrants discussion if it's a bit of an outlier. This is more of just LGD picks Gyro. You know, it's like the hero that they play. So.
And it's so strong right now, Meta. It's fast, it's got catch, it's independent. Once it gets to a certain level, there's a Lifestealer.
I was gonna call Lifestealer.
Dire team's turn to pick.
Just find answers. Like it's the same pattern, right? Gyro, okay. Lifestealer. What do we like to answer you? What answers Lifestealer? The Razor. Now, what are you gonna do if you're Newbee? You've got options. You could see a Venomancer, perhaps.
Radiant team's turn to ban.
Venomancer.
There it is.
Yeah. These teams are very, very predictable, but they do it in a way that you can't really game plan effectively, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, they're going to raise your Lifestealer, but you have Venom prepared. Like, it's just good matching. It's literally just like watching the stack one on top of each other.
So you're preferring Newbee's draft?
For now.
Yeah, they've had all the counter picks so far. Right?
LGD does have last pick this draft, so they've got that spared slot there to think about how they want to counter Newbee. I will say I'm expecting to see a lot of lane swapping here as usual with these teams where Razor versus Lifestealer. Want to put this Venom with the Razor. Going to be moving all around. First team to TP is the ones with the disadvantage.
Yep. I think Clock is a Venom counter in disguise, even though the hero can buy a natural force. And the weakness I find in Clockwork, especially if he's ever used as a core, is that his damage output is very static. Doesn't really change much throughout the game, and you're completely countered by a force staff and teamfight items. I think the KP Veno, if that is who they choose to put it on, SCCC plays it as well. Always going for these intelligent items, a pipe, a force, maybe a Greaves, and you're just this walking wall of wards, and you don't die and keep everyone in your team alive as well.
You mentioned the Clock damage kind of stack. Feels like Clock, Gyro, Razor, three heroes that all don't have a whole lot of burst damage.
Yep.
There's the Abaddon band side of Newbee.
They're not going to bat, are they? I hope not.
Newbee. I can't tell. What would they ban Abaddon for? Is that just a hero they're afraid of?
Es posible.
10 seconds remaining.
Maybe like a Viper or something.
Yeah. This mid hero.
It depends on what they want. A SCCC Veno game, and then you pick some offlaner.
Play DK.
There's a Lesh in the pool, but I don't like that too much. Ember Spirit wouldn't be bad. That could be. I don't mind that, even though it's obviously a bit rough against Razor. He can't link you and Lifestealer, and I think that's what you want. Like, you already have these two pretty tanky cores. If you could have one more that's got a stun and the ability to pressure take objectives, it looks good.
That's right. DK, Lifestealer, Venom, all tanky against a Razor, Gyro, Clocklet. Who's going to die? Like, worst case scenario, one hero goes down.
Oh, the PO. Interesting. They think I mid?
Oh, shit.
Looks like they kind of have to.
When they played OG, they matched these two cores as well. The Veno, they PL, and then the last this game they go the reverse.
10 seconds remaining.
Dragon Knight.
Choose your hero.
Cores.
That's what I was talking about when I brought him up earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're still right.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a tight game. I think both teams have answers to one another. It's one of those very typical Chinese drafts. They're both strong. They both cover a lot of their own weaknesses, and there's no real true winner, I don't think.
There's like a bigger emphasis on counterpicking than like some of the other Western teams. Like, let's just draft the heroes we want for our lineup, whereas here it's like every single pick was a counter pick.
Yeah, there's like 10 core heroes in the meta, and then they pick one, they respond with one of the two, they counter it, and you just rinse, repeat all throughout the draft.
I think they're just so comfortable with this. They've done it so much in this current meta. Everybody seems to be opening up these two supports now. This one that you might think, okay, it might go mid, it might go off lane if they get this like amazing game for it, but it's very rare. They just respond to these carry picks or core picks throughout the rest of the draft. It's very, smooth.
I'm concerned LG doesn't really have too much to deal with PL if he gets ahead, but it's a PL and a life stealer, right? It's just a bit, you don't see this very often.
Is there enough for him to kind of go around it?
Yeah, especially because like Benno is more of the what sort of lane he'll have, especially when he's up against a a clockwork that can just constantly find his way behind him and kill him.
I feel like we've seen today, like Mineski picking Gyro 2 games in a row. The PL has actually worked out great against Gyro as a counter, but if this Gyro is being like #1 farm priority and PL's struggling to get farm, then Gyro will be able to deal with the PL.
Yeah, I'd say Gabe go either way. What are you guys feeling?
I'm just feeling this Clockworks item build at the moment. That's what I'm feeling. They're left triple mango, double tango. But as for the draft, I'm a fan of LGDs.
I'm going to go back to my original point, which was the reach of the supports on LGD. I look at Newbee, and yeah, they've got a lot of team fight, but how do they actually find kills around the map? They need to be ahead and sort of create this moving box surrounded by wards, scouting with illusions, etc., and baiting LG to come fight them inside of it. And I just don't think that LGD is going to do that. They're too talented of a team.
Go in snare with
Cogs out on Cock.
Yeah, and probably block them off, and they'll farm some. So. Jakiro got 2 last hits there. He's happy. That sounds like Newbee though. Like, yes, they don't have catch, but that just sounds like a classic Newbee draft. We saw it in their previous series when they had their like Omni Knight draft, and it's like, well, they have no catch, but they have an Omni OD, and they just kind of out team fight you with a Death Prophet. Yep.
Newbee's trying to act as like sort of net. They want to build a box and bait LGD to come step inside of it, like what's it called, trapdoor spider. LGD, they're going to try and utilize their massive mobility and catch advantage and control more runes, get map presence, and a little limited on the tower pressure. It's really just this DK, but as you said earlier, like, it's just the gyro. If he gets super ahead, I mean, he can kind of just take over games, but we'll see. The Veno's the X Factor. I think that hero's super underutilized right now and very strong.
This lane though, they got snared with Gale at level 1. That doesn't sound like
good.
Yeah, that is not good. Those are 2 spells you probably don't want. You want the Poison Sting and the Riptide.
Yep, the 2 spells that do no damage, and Clock would be running around like he's 1 armor. You Riptide and do Poison Sting, he actually has to just back away.
They were really going all in on that first blood with that pick up and ensnare, and instead, they're going to get harassed. FY knows this, he can kind of go at them, and KP does not want to just shoot, but he doesn't have a mana pool anymore.
Oh hey, look what it is, Josh. It's a life stealer in the bottom lane.
Oh wow, you say he's rotating for the favorable matchup. Is that what's happening?
And he did not TP.
Prepare the teleports. Yeah, he did not TP.
Yeah, the Veno will.
They were walking around the dire side jungle for a little bit here, just waiting for the lanes to show up. It's this Razor, this Rosha top.
They moved forward and blocked the Gale from the trees, and as a result, they were not going to kill her. That was lub by Newbee.
Interesting. In the meantime, top lane is just a Faith Jakiro hanging out against Disruptor Razor.
He watched mid-wall and he's like, I can do that better than him. I'm a Jakiro player.
He's just surviving. There's all too much of a threat here, unless he tanks a lot of harass.
If he is gonna walk.
Is he gonna walk all the way top?
He's...
Man, you're right. I mean, I didn't expect it to be this drastic, Josh, but you're right. This is Dota 2 nowadays.
This is what's been happening with these teams.
This is a marathon.
Yeah, manifest destiny. Look at that answer. Westward expansion.
Going west.
Yeah.
First blood.
Oh man. Oh. First blood bottom lane. FY's taking Akaka as he is going to get things started here. The Venomancer leaving this lane, and
just what I've been waiting for.
Exciting happening.
Hey, Venom made it.
You can't have it.
He has made it to the lane. And the Disruptor's in a lot of trouble, actually. He has TP, though, and there's just a net on FY, so I'm not quite sure that this will be able to land a kill. It's just Gale, too, actually. They still don't do any damage on this Venomancer. Everyone's so low level. LGD already out to a 1,000 gold advantage. Like, I don't think they're killing this guy. Like, he's not going to die. He's going to be a drain in a second. No, never mind. No, cool down 10 seconds. But KP's in a lot of trouble. He's forced to salve. They're still level 1.
This Veno is half a level on himself.
Yeah,
He's
seriously.
so far behind. That walk across the map is...
Yeah, do you feel like Newbee outthought themselves? Like, this is super... This is just weird. They're getting crushed in the laning phase already.
Like... Okay. What? I guess they didn't want to...
But like they hurt themselves more. Just even airplanes, you know, you don't need to take the wagon. Like just TP.
But I'm a big horse fan.
I mean, it'll be okay now because you're gonna get XP under tower. But I just feel like they've already lost both their side lanes pretty hard, and so hopefully the matchups are worth it for them.
Bottom, we've got Cogs coming out on the Fate, in a lot of trouble here, and that's a nice kill for Ame. Newbee is in a little bit of trouble, but the battery assault's going to run out, and he's just going to sit in his lane and be fine.
And that's Clockwork against Jakiro support. It's one of the most miserable matchups because like he doesn't have boots. Clock does. All he has to do is get on top of him with the Cogs, and it's a guaranteed kill. You can't even cast a Q.
Well, these lanes look terrible for Newbee right now.
This DK is having the time of his life. I mean, it's kind of close, but he's got these 5 denies, 23 last hits. He's enjoying this lane.
Yep. One of the better matchups against PL, I think. You don't ever actually get harassed. You can mess with his last hits, and one of the just best matchups, I would say.
PL does have a level advantage by a very small amount.
Yeah, his creep's coming in. He'll be fine.
Say that, he's going to get... He's denied.
They're
Gotta get that
even. It's like completely even, guys.
No, Kyle. He's lost the lane. You're going to fit our narrative here, man. If you're not going to fit our narrative, get off.
GG.
Hey, at least Veno's level 2 up top. There you
Maybe
go.
he'll come through.
He's in the game.
That for now. Razor's level 4, and with anytime this wave's pushed out, it feels like KP is a dangerous spot.
Other concern I have is the LGD BKB timings. There's really nothing to deal with them on Newbee. You can't actually deal damage
That's
to
a kill on
BKB.
Faith bottom, and Moogie's looking like he's in a bit of trouble here. There are Cogs up. Ame out of range. He's got these last 2 attacks. And that would be a
Blocking
quick
it. Newbee
pick.
might just die here.
Oh,
Can he flak it off? He needs vision.
there it is.
Yep.
Well played, Ame.
Ame, make it plays.
This guy is definitely showing a new look
Full
since
duration
a few months ago.
Yeah, for real.
No longer just the I sit, I hit creeps.
I definitely one of the more talented players in the
This is not good for LGD. It looks like they're going to get 2 kills inside of Newbee right here. Quick turnaround that Jakiro TP, I believe. He TP'd to Shrine, ran right over.
Second one? Oh, so close.
Yeah, he didn't have it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a little overeager. Like, you know Jakiro just died. He's probably looking at TP. There's no way he wants to go back into the lane as a clock in it, so.
Mid's going to pop his ult, he may just start chipping at this tower. Has the siege group too, but even just zoning and getting a bigger CS advantage against PL could be good here.
Yeah, just better. You see a lot of DK players do this. They hit 6 and immediately pop their ultimate. Like, there's no reason they're not use it. It's 60% uptime, so
Yeah.
just pop it, push the lane, deal some damage to the tower, just apply some pressure. No reason not to.
Yep. And it makes it harder for PL to come forward and contest last hits. He's suddenly got like 3 denies in a row while in range for him. Nice little refire dodge there.
He's got raindrops on him too, so he's pretty comfortable.
Ooh. Misses the Hogs pull onto Faith. They may still get this kill though. Yeah, he's completely trapped here by the Disruptor. FY is just being the playmaker for this LGD team here in the laning stage. But here comes Kaka, gets glimpsed back as he rotates from the Riptide. Poison damage though. Gonna get these heroes low. X-Nova may just tick down here. Can get denied here if he needs to.
Yep. He's gonna die at this point.
Yeah, definitely
he's fine.
Lose the Razor?
Nope.
Poison damage?
Was that a raindrop?
Chalice is dead to this, I believe.
He's out
He's got a lot of regen.
Yeah.
Never mind. Wow.
Magic
Both
wand.
of them escape with nearly nothing.
Those are big survives there.
That's where you wish Veno had another level or 2.
Yeah, indeed. One more. If he's level 5, those are kills just thanks to the poison sting +1. Meantime, bottom lane, you have a Ame Gyro just bullying a Moogie Lifestealer. Look at Moogie's items. He's just feeling super bad right now.
Really sad.
He's gonna run right to the jungle.
Same amount of last hits, but he is just not nearly as well off in this lane as this Gyro.
I have a feeling this might be a quick one if the game continues at this pace, because KP is currently 500 gold behind the Clockwork, and he looks like a support Benno at this point. Like I said, I think he's the X factor. If he can't apply pressure on the map, I feel like LGD, they get this one core item, like, you know, that build up per core into maybe like a Shadowblade DK or something, and then everyone buys BKB. And they all buy BKB and they can run down lanes. And
it's like there's one hero having a good game and it's the PL.
Looks like there's something about to go down top.
Oh my gosh, bottom lane, the Ame diving into the Lifestealer. Is he just dead?
He's dead. Rage.
Well, top, meanwhile, we've got a big fight going on. That's Chalice going down.
That was the PL rotation, but boys here looking to turn this one around, and if they can get a level 1, but they're going to pressure this tower.
Another ulti popped on, maybe. He's just going to smack these creeps and go straight to that tower. You can get a bit of damage on it.
We're going to go in, they're just going to dive this one. FY does not have battery assault though, perhaps need to think that one through, but...
Benno was TPing in, he's still level 5 though.
Well, I may have to think about his escape, Benno goes back to the bottom lane.
Wow, Ame, that is incredible play from him. And he gets the flak, he's actually going to land that kill. It's unbelievable. He walks to the TP, I'm sure he's calling for the Disruptor to glimpse, camps that location and lands the kill on Benno. That is really, really good play. That is, you're not going to see American carries do that sort of thing. Especially not American captain carries.
Don't believe the likes of Yawar and Arteezy would do that.
Maybe, we'll see. They haven't got as many opportunities to prove themselves. Although I will say I am very much looking forward to VGJ Vici Gaming coming up right after this series.
Then DOTA can keep doing it, but before that, China will battle it out.
He's in it directly onto a Clockwork. That's sad days for him. Somnus is going to finish him.
They don't get punished for this though. Somnus has a lot of health and survivability, and they're not even going to go for that.
I like how they just ignore the DK. This is a guy, we can't kill that guy.
may actually survive though. He's got a TP out. They're holding on to the ensnare though, and...
It's a good try. If he gets the push away on Kaka, he's going to be able to TP for free, but he's so slow. Kaka is obviously a good player, and he's just going to stay in melee range, no problem. Yep. I like what PSG did. They put the Razor against Lifestealer. Even though the Gyro is like top net worth, there's no reason to leave him in the unfavorable matchup where at some point with a +1, you will die to an open wounds. He just goes top now, and how does anyone else play against him? Like, if you get rocketed by Ame, you're just going to die. He's got a drums finished phase boost. Yeah, he's huge.
He finished up, you know, pieces of this last wave. He's got another one coming in, and I'm sure he's just going to keep walking straight at this tier 1 and force Newbee to do something. They have to respond to it in some capacity, and I don't know if they're going to be ready.
That's like the same thing we saw in that TNC-LGD series where when you pick 5 heroes and none of them have any reach, you're in a position where you can't actually make things happen. And the long fights that LGD wants, a drain, clock initiation, multiple glimpses, like, you know, surviving through all the damage they output, like, Newbee's never gonna earn a team fight. And LGD, I feel like, has proven over the last 2 days, they're very good at not overextending and just giving away their advantage. You need to earn it, and Newbee have no heroes that can actually do that in this game.
LGD's also going to be hitting 6 on both their supports pretty soon. That's where that reach that you're talking about is going to get pretty damn scary.
And there's 2 auto kills right now for Clockwork.
Clockwork already has the Tome of Knowledge queued up in his stash. He's ready to buy it as soon as this 10-minute mark rolls around.
How different do you guys feel this game would look if Newbee had the lanes they wanted from the start and didn't have to, you know, do the little musical chairs?
I mean,
have a full westward expansion.
Yeah, that wasn't musical.
Let's say there was LGD who had to swap the lanes. Would this look really different then?
I mean, I'm just surprised we didn't see TPs used for the rotations until people were going to make plays for kills. I thought that, you know, if you see Newbee walking all the way across the map, like, I don't think a Venno is going to be able to, with a level 1 Gale, is going to be able to TP in and land a kill, you know? That TP is, while valuable, I think it would have been better off for him to just use it right off the bat. Save himself some time, get more levels.
To your point, I think the moment they skill Gale net, they actually just throw the laning phase. That's what's crazy about the game of Dota, right? Where if they get that first blood, maybe it's worth it. I would argue it's still questionable, but it's a great example of EV, where if you land that kill, maybe it's worth, right? Let's say it's worth, but you're only getting that kill like 10-20% of the time. Whereas if you just level WE and that clock, you're going to do about the same amount of damage every single time, and then you're much stronger in the laning phase as well. And it's a smarter move over time. And as soon as you don't have those abilities, once a gyro clock can bully you in the lane because you have no actual method of dealing damage with your spells, then they leave. It's just sad days. I've made those sorts of calls before, and then you get to 3 minutes and you're like, shit, we messed up.
Yeah, they're going to go back to the replay and be like, ew, the mistake started at minute 0.
Yeah, I'm sure Josh remembers some of those replay reviews. We're like, oh, well, I mean, we tried. We can talk about the draft and items, but, you know, we kind of just threw the game here.
True. You sit back, you look at it, and you're like, you know, I wish I could pull something better out of what just happened, aside from the fact that we just made a wrong decision, or we just threw. But that seems to be what the case was. I don't know what this... You know what this means? Feng G.
Maybe asking what's up. It was Newbee who paused, so PSG.LGD are a bit confused.
We have both, you know, Gyro has his drums completed, sitting in his stash, still not on him. DK also has drums completed, aside from the 175 gold left to get the recipe. They're just going to sit in lanes.
Yep.
They just want these stats, they want this regen, and they're just going to exist.
Yep. And I don't know if you guys, I don't know if you were on this when I talked about like the Earnhardt Perkins play calling the Patriots utilize. LG is a prime example of some system like this where no matter what happens, Ame and Maybe are the two cores on top of the net worth. Chalice is playing Razor. He had a decent laning phase, but his job, he's gonna go phase to BKB, and he's gonna play as the anti-carry for the entire game and trust that his two cores are gonna be able to carry him through. And it's every game. It's the same stuff. And as you said, FY, very greedy 4-player. X-Nova, no matter what he's playing, he's going to be the hard 5, even if FY is on, say, a Disruptor. Like, if they were to switch heroes, FY is still the 4, and X-Nova's warding has just been on point. I think that his addition just really revolutionized this team and their potential. Obviously, they've won Major.
Yep. That's crazy, because he was, like, not a guy on anyone's radar when he got picked up. It was just like, well, he played on the team that Afu was on. That guy was freaking good, but who's this X-Nova kid? And suddenly, you know, he's winning Majors. So.
Was that... They won Epicenter, too.
LGD, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking they won DAC, but that was Vanessa.
No, that's the only major.
They've actually probably been the most consistent team on this like recent swing of events.
Over the last 3 months, they've, I think, established themselves as the best team in China for sure.
Yeah.
But before that, it was like, you know, 1 month it's Newbee, 1 month it's Vici. Vici were getting like second place in a bunch of tournaments. For a while, it looked like Vici was going to be #1. When they had like a good run during December, I think it was, Captain's Draft. Here we go. This crowd's been pretty crazy. Everyone getting pretty hyped. Jack was saying this is like the hometown for a lot of famous Chinese Dota players.
Really?
Like, cool. So this little province is where like Zhao Wei and Sancheng and a few other really famous guys came from. So they're all out there kind of support local Dota.
That's cool.
It's always fun. It's always a good feeling as these players to go up on stage and have this full crowd. All these, you know, I'm sure those, well, I forget what those are called. The little Thundersticks, is that what they're called? Thundersticks and signs.
Clappers.
Yeah. they're not the most pleasant of sounds, but
He had one job. One job.
And you did it wrong. Wow. Look at him, Australian man in his native land. I don't know if that wrong. He's Team Newbee. You know, it worked. It was funny. I did not realize. I remember when I met KP at first. I like had just always assumed, you know, because I'd seen him speaking Chinese. I'd seen him, you know, talking to his team and these players, and I'd always assumed that, you know, he could speak English, but maybe not the best, whatever. And I could have a conversation with him, and he's just, you know, happy guy suddenly with an Australian accent.
Yeah,
speaking
his
perfect
accent's
English.
Stronger than mine.
Yeah.
He sounds way more Australian than
and I was like, sort of blown away by it. I was like, wait a second, hold on, wait. This is like KP, right? Newbee, yeah, it is. Okay,
yeah.
All right. Well, you can say the words again because I totally missed it. I was just in shock. Yeah. But he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's one of the few players on Chinese teams that will come out, you know, the after parties and stuff. The Chinese team's often a bit reserved and don't like to
exactly sort of stick
it's
to
funny.
themselves.
It's always like common staple. I'd say if you're at a LAN, 90% of the NA teams and players are there. Maybe
support staff, management, everyone.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say about 99, not 99%, maybe like 70% of the Russians, 50% of the Euros, and then KP from China.
There'll be a Chinese team there if it's day one. That team will show up to the outside.
Oh, that's true.
That's part of what made Genting so cool. Quote unquote, there was never really beef between me and ROTK. There was flames and people, but we did like a round of shots together, and that was really fun. The Chinese are crazy.
Yeah, because when that got posted, that was actually, I think people realized that's kind of a rare moment where, like, you know, Western players are fraternizing with.
Yeah, you don't get to mix very often, but there were like 20 of them because there was like literally one bar on this mountain, like one, and it had a bunch of cool stuff to do. They had like beer pong tables, giant Jenga.
Which, oddly enough, you had to pay for the beer pong tables. We had people like lining up ready to play. First off, you don't even play until all the cups.
Of turns.
You don't even play until all the cups are gone. It's like 10 turns max.
It's a time limit.
It's like score. It's got sensors on it. So if you hit a cup, it light turns off. Somebody comes over and takes it, and blah blah blah. So you just have all these people lining up because it's full, and then they ask payment at the end. I was surprised. It was interesting, but it was still
blasphemy.
Fun. Still fun to interact. Back to the game. This gyro is sitting at 5,200 net worth. It just dropped a little bit.
He's got a maelstrom queued up too, so he's gonna keep on farming incredibly fast.
Yeah. I love that Mjolnir item in this game. There's so many dots to proc it on, and it just seems to be like this new. Like it seems a hell of a lot stronger than I might have given it credit for. Just watching that previous game where the double Mjolnir is coming out from like the Viper
KP
yesterday.
Oh, he missed the hook shot, but should still be going down here. But he's kind of tucked himself really deep in these streets, pushed back into the DK. And
well done. This is a free
no TP. You see those 4 heroes, you didn't know when a TP.
We do have Newbee pushing in top lane here. They've got a catapult wave, so they're going to put a bit of pressure on this tower.
Yeah, Charles is already on his way top to deal with this. Is again one of the other issues with Newbee's draft, right? They don't actually have a method of securing towers. It's just raw right-click damage. There's no the ability to make pressure.
You have to kill the enemies first before you can take these objectives.
Chalice will play not just the anti-carry, but the anti-objective role. TC's to defend.
Yeah, he shoved out bottom, TP'd base, ran top immediately. In the meantime, his team's just staying middle. They'll probably lose FY here. Yep, they're going to land the net. Oh no, Faith.
Fight's like, I'm going to go down, I'll take you with me.
Yeah. How many times have we seen that, though? They just don't actually care about that kill. In the meantime, top lane, Almay just TPs in. He's like, all right, thanks, Chalice, for securing this lane. It's mine now. We're going to push it over here, bottom. We got Lifestealer pressuring, but X-Nova's returning. He's going to have ultimate soon. Maybe he tries to set up a kill.
Also with these range creeps. Gonna get him close at least. One more range creep. This range creep's going down. Deny it. Deny it. One more creep.
Wow. That's 6 up on Disruptor. Chalice is here.
Oh, hook shot. Okay. He's down.
Another benefit of Hawk, a BKB piercing disable. Not even a disable, really more of a mini stun, but still, it just the only thing that can prevent Rage TP in this game. And if you can do that successfully, not only is it a kill, but it's essentially a necro ult, because now the TP's down, and that's going to be another 20-30 seconds where you're going to have to run out to base, and it just makes the death even more impactful, considering especially how far Newbee is behind. Although he did spend his gold before he died.
Quite again getting perhaps caught out and isolated, but should survive through this one. Another lance coming through. Maybe not, but there is going to be a stun on the Phantom Lance. They want to bring down SCCC, but Sleep will deter any further chases as SCCC will doppelganger away. Sleep into Ice Path. They're going to get some good combos of this.
Can't kill anyone.
Cooldown. It's LGD with all the damage here.
How is that ever going to work?
DK is just positioning right in their face. We have the rest of LGD on either side of these hills, just waiting. As soon as Song is out, Newbee just doesn't have the damage to take down this DK.
They feel like they have vision, they can take a fight. Yeah.
It's level 1 Ice Path, level 2 Ice Path. No damage behind. There's no macro fire. Yeah.
One point gauge on FY, and he survived it.
Yep. It's not even the gold. Like the gold, I mean, only like 3,000 experience they're behind, but nearly 7,000 gold. It's 13 minutes into the game, and I stand by. I just don't. Ame is free to not even rush this BKB. He can go for a Maelstrom because he's in no danger. He's just consistently farming. And again, how does Newbee actually make plays? How do they hunt? Their best play is to make a smoke and find 3 heroes at a tower set up for a massive engagement, but I don't see LG giving them that.
We have SCCC still going for this defusal, as you know, it's an enormous power spike on this PL, but I'm looking at the LGD draft, their items right now, and I think the only person he can kill efficiently and still get out is probably this Disruptor, and that's him that he doesn't get glimpsed away. I think the clock will be fine. I don't think it'll be enough of a swing.
Arcanum clock down bot. Probably gonna look to hook on the Veno. He'll try to
Gyrocopter's found bait. He's gonna get the solo kill with the call down. The missile coming through should finish him off. Back down bottom.
KP, he's got Disruptor ulted. He's down.
And Moogie, he can rage TP out if he needs to. Both always used, so he's actually safe. And hey, 2 kills, and DK was alone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, this is what we saw VP do so well, what Liquid does so well, and now LGD, I'd say, doing it the best out of all 3 teams. They're never over-rotating. They're taking smart and intelligent engagements, even if they don't, like, they'll ditch FY, right? But they'll apply the maximum amount of pressure. They'll lose 1 hero and take 2. And in the meantime, because they have this other core farming the split side of the map, they're always coming out really, really far ahead. It's very low risk as well. When you commit 5, you need that team fight to succeed. Otherwise, you're just sort of hurting yourselves. And in this game, it allows them to stay ahead, specifically in XP on all of them.
Some trouble. Ame is right on top of him. Looks like he is going to fall. Flat. Yep, there it is. On the edge.
Hold down. I'll finish Kaka off with a shrine. He's going to heal him off, so he's not dead just yet. FY should be able to bring him down back in the backlines. Ame actually does end up going down there.
And I guess this is how we get SEC back into the game. You're going to get a pick up on FY as well.
Double kill.
Double kill for him.
And all of a sudden, he is 1,500 gold richer.
Yeah, but in the meantime, you look bottom, just continue. There's tower pressure from Chalice, Thomas, 9k advantage. Like even though they get those kills, how much gold is that really? 1,200, not bad, but somehow it doesn't feel like it matters.
That one definitely an overextension.
Yeah.
Like FY dying is like very tactful. Like they don't care about that. Those kills do matter.
I agree.
It's not going to turn the game, but if that happens a few times, that's when you have to say, oh, you can't have Ame dying over and over again to a PL level hero.
This is a great smoke. I really like this smoke because you have 2 heroes spawning, you have 3 heroes bottom side. Now you can just cut the map, have Gyro and Clock just put both lanes, and you can just immediately run into enemy jungle. You know that your forced response is bottom. There's still 2 heroes showing in that lane, and you might just find a free kill on the PL, which is obviously the key target. So we're gonna have a vision of him in a second.
Disrupt their ulti, they'll silence him. There is no escape for SCCC. Quick and easy kill.
Really well played. Like that, it's clinical, right? Like they show, they get all this information bottom, so now they'll probably lose that tier 1 as it is with Naga already set up, but they're gonna get a tier 2 top. In the meantime, Ame just killed 2 creep waves middle. Like he's gonna stack ancients, kill another one. Like continuing to accelerate with a little downtime.
He is not going to complete this Mjolnir right away. He's going back to the BKB, which again, this is, as you've said many times, when you have this that you want to secure, you're going to take this time. You're going to, use this gold now to get this BKB. It'll allow you to accelerate, keep fighting, and by the time you get your next item, you're ahead. And just with the BKB in your inventory, feels really good.
Yep. They set up for Roche after this tier 2 top. Don't think that's ever really going to be realistic for them to break base until significantly more item progression, though. They need both BKBs for sure, and probably a next item after that in every core.
But I think LGD will get this top tier 2, but not the end of the world.
Yeah, but look at the itemization. Like, Razor's about to finish his BKB. In fact, he just did. The Gyro is going to be 2,000 away. The DK is just the Mithril away. 1,000 gold. Like, they're just going to hit a BKB timing, and then I look at Newbee's draft and think, okay, who's going to do physical damage? Even the Diffusal isn't going to do anything through a BKB.
There's a hook up to Kaka, top lane.
Yep, that's Naga. That's the Clock versus Naga.
Get you back on him. There's a light stick
out of the console. Looks
here as well. Kaka's going to survive.
I was just kidding, guys. That's obvious bait from FY.
I was about to comment on the fact that, he has this hood and this urn now. Clock is feeling pretty beefy, he can make some aggressive plays, but maybe not that aggressive.
I mean, he's still going to be farming, but small misplays by FY. Benno does have this 4-staff, but this is a... this 4-staff rush doesn't feel good when it costs 100 mana to use now, and you've already got mana problems as Benno to get your ulti out.
I'm just this Gyro hero, man. It's just so good. And the only way it's the problem with Lifestealer is when it's a hero this far behind, I just don't actually know how effective it is because he can't actually threaten the Razor pre-link. So if he gets linked, he just has to run, or he's gonna be a liability on his team. It's just the PL. All your hopes lie with SCCC. He's finished the Yasha to go with his Diffusal. If he can get a heart up, and this advantage of LGD is like between 5,000-8,000 gold, I think that they're in a pretty good spot to take a fight, but...
We have DK with KB flying out on Courier. They have a smoke. It looks like they're grouping up here.
Of course they have a smoke. So.
Oh, Gyrox goes Lincoln's over BKB.
Huh.
He's going to dodge the smoke. It looks like he's just going to go top and put that in while the rest of his team goes middle and tries to get a pick from Mookie. There's the Blink stun. Disruptor ulti out, there's a drain, and that is a dead life stealer.
I like how he uses his BKB too, just in case. They're gonna find us the team.
It was Newbee who was smoked as well. Kaka's baiting. He's going to force staff on Venom behind him.
See, and this is just super good discipline where they don't take this engagement here, because why? Make them run to their side of the map, fight them in 15 seconds, let Ame push top.
That's a glimpse back on Kaka.
Yeah.
Oh, nice hook shot. It's going to stop the ice path from coming out. Headway then goes for the TP. It's cancelled by the ice path as Faith is still dying to the battery assault third.
Song, nothing.
Yeah, FY on the clock for getting very low here, but it looks like LGD are going to take this fight with the BK gun. Razor going to charging for Ame. Wants SCCC, and he does not have a doppelganger. He goes down, 3 dead on the dire side.
We have maybe on the right side of this fight. He blinks in, kills the clock. He's chasing Kaka.
Nice glimpse.
It looks like it's going to be a free kill. KP goes down as well, and that is 4 for 1.
5 for 1. Life's
5 for 1. Oh wow, yeah, 5 for 1.
And honestly, it's FY, and they're gonna collect the bounties. Like,
just even more hero kills.
It's so disciplined. It's so good. Like I can't say how hard it is to get a team to recognize fight windows like that. Everything done flawlessly. They buy time. Ame has then the space to connect. He's there. The song is burned just because they want to get a free kill on a clock, but he's done his job. He's as Josh. He has Hood earn tranquils. His entire purpose is to cast his spells and die.
And he's also currently finishing up this pipe here. This Venom is going to be null and void any second.
It's just perfect, really. And they take that bite at the right timing in this big open space where the Flak has tons of vision and room to work with. Like, you're going to hit a big ultimate, chase down the PL, DK finishes off the Jakiro. Like, everyone's just dealing with a different threat, but it's more that they collapse, pincer, and just utterly rout Newbee in a really good display. I would probably make a video on that team. Like, that seems simple, but
GD is in the road now, maybe with DK ulti up. He's probably just going to finish off this roast and save that for their push, wherever it is they decide to go. I'm guessing it's probably top lane, as they have FY planted here. They can just rotate right up, take that tier 2.
Well, FY almost found the Naga on top early, but didn't end up doing that. But he set up enough space to get this Roshan for free. No Naga. Illusion's even scouting it. X-Nova, well, he sees the illusions coming in, but it's way too late to do anything about it.
love Chalice's items. BKB into Force Staff. Just perfect. And no one else can buy a Force, so let the 3 do it. It's really good whenever you're playing against PL, Naga. Like, if you can just juke the life, the Jakiro Ice Path, like, force away from the life stealer. Just a little bit of peel. It's always nice when you're playing against 2 melee carries.
Yep. Looks like they're pinging up at the top tier 2. It's sitting at 300 health. Use DK ult for this. They can just allow their clock or their gyro to run up there and take that down really quick.
Why Lincoln's? Is this Lincoln's game?
I don't know if I don't mind it because of what you're playing against, like net, life stealer. Like, there's very little to cancel it. There's Lance, Net, and Open Wounds, and all of those are rather good to block, but it also allows them to stay on map at all times. Like, you never actually have to go to base once you have a Lincoln's.
It's from the rear gen.
Yeah, and you can spam your Q to farm, so you accelerate, especially with a Maelstrom. You farm so fast, and it's more that you're not pressured to buy a BKB or to do anything special, so why not?
Oh, going down. SCCC.
The Thunderdome. Killed in the static storm, and all of a sudden, LGD looking very, very good here.
Faith hiding in the tree.
You know, there's just got to be something to the Maelstrom item as well, because DK just picked one up too.
And that got some of the biggest buffs on the recent patches, and with the build-up and the extra damage and the evasion piercing abilities, it seems like the item right now.
Yeah, 170 on the proc damage too. I mean, it makes sense. We're gonna see this item a lot more now that LGD is demonstrating. Hey guys, this is like the new. Every patch, it feels like someone discovers this new build, like new item that just every carry starts to buy. I remember there was like this Mask of Madness craze before that got nerfed. Then it was Battle Fury.
It was the Helmet Dom craze on offlane. It was every single person. You used to have like 4 HOD creeps running around the map, and you'd take each other's.
Yeah. Now I think this Maelstrom is going to be the answer. It used to be like CHANGSHA. Thank God that's dying out. I can't handle that anymore.
I mean, the thing is this gyro here. I remember when this Ags was changed, and it got, gave you the extra attack every second, and people were doing the math. Okay, what's the highest damage output? Is it going this like I don't even know, this wire, this butterfly, this mask, or whatever item you might get on Gyro, or is it this Ags build? Now that this Maelstrom and Mjolnir both got buffed in their damage, and the True Strike on proc, it seems like a very clear decision.
The True Strike on proc, I think, is what really brings it over the edge, because it's already just better than the sum of its components with really easy build-up. Just it gives you the mithril damage, and then instead of the Javelin proc, you get the lightning proc. So it gives you more for what you buy it for, and then the True Strike is just a bonus. And since there's
the smoke Newbee out on Ame is going down quickly.
How many triplets are going to take the life? Yeah.
holy crap.
Hook shot from far. NCC trying to TP out. Will he make it? Just barely. He gets out. Naga's down. That Hogs is trapping everyone in place. Moogie's got no escape. It's a bring X way down with him, but no siree.
FY's gonna die again, I bet. Oh, no, never mind. Wait.
He's got the
FY?
pipe regen. He's fine.
Nah,
guys, do not deny me. Maybe he's like, yeah, you're gonna come back here, FY.
He's got the urge. We should bring him back into the game.
Yeah, FY are feeling themselves. They've improved throughout this tournament. That first game, the low bracket, was probably their sloppiest, and they dismantled Secret, and now they seem to just have Newbee's number. Like this is a shellacking. 22K, 25 minutes in, and have you seen them make a mistake?
There's a Mjolnir up on this Gyro again. He's gonna buff this DK, let him smack away. Any and all of the dots are just gonna do.
Oh my God! Look at their HP. They're just dying to flak.
Mjolnir proxy quack. That's it.
Static Soul's there, and they're just gonna melt in this too.
Oh my gosh!
Rock players to help them out, and they're in complete disarray here.
FY.
Beautiful call. Saving the life of his buddy X over here.
They're gonna freak out.
Topple up the cliff, but it looks like Newbee is going down. They're going to keep hitting this tier 3.
Respect to Newbee though for calling it, because this game could easily have dragged out for much longer. But they fight admirably, and they just get that was not just a slow suffocation. That was dissection. That was clinical.